Hello everyone, welcome to our webinar today. Thank you for joining us. Today we'll be discussing cut your workload and increase sales with artificial intelligence. I'm Devorah Wolf. I am the content marketing manager here at AutoLeadStar, and today we're going to be discussing our topic with Eliav Moshe, who is our Chief Product Officer here at AutoLeadStar. Eliav has a background in math and computer science. He's one of the co-founders of AutoLeadStar, where he started as a software engineer and is now the Chief Product Officer. So welcome, Eliav. We're so happy you were able to join us tonight.
Thank you very much.
So today we're going to go through some of the AI solutions that dealerships can use now, and then we're going to talk about solutions still in the future, but hopefully we're working hard to make it the not too distant future. As we go through the webinar, feel free to write in questions, and we will take all questions at the end. All right, so cutting your workload and increasing sales with artificial intelligence. Let's start with some definitions. What is AI? What is machine learning? Okay, these are terms that we're starting to hear more and more. So let's talk about what they mean.
Okay, so AI and machine learning are indeed very hot topics. You hear buzzwords flying around, so I'll do my best to clarify these terms. So AI, artificial intelligence, is a computer program that does something smart. AI is a computer system that is able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. And I'll give you a few examples. I'm sure you're familiar with Siri, Apple's system. So Siri is using speech recognition. This is based on AI that converts voice to text. Another example of AI is software that can fly or land an airplane. Another example is Google Translate, which I'm sure you've used in the past. So again, AI is software that performs tasks that normally require human intelligence. Now, machine learning is a subset of AI, meaning all machine learning counts as AI, but not all AI counts as machine learning. Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that provides computers with the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. What do I mean by that? So, machine learning algorithms are designed to look at data sets, identify patterns, and make decisions based on models. With machine learning, we are training the computer to understand questions without specifically telling the computer how to answer the question. And this is the key in machine learning. We're not telling the computer how to answer the question. This allows us to address and deal with questions that are very, very hard or even impossible for a human being to deal with. As you gather more data and more data, the machine learning algorithms can adjust themselves and produce even more accurate predictions or support a better decision making.
Okay, so AI is basically anything that you can train a computer to do, and machine learning sort of takes it up a level, right, where the computer can actually teach itself new things as it develops, as it becomes more sophisticated.
Right. So, and let me add something. Machine learning is so popular, and you hear about machine learning everywhere, because it allows us to deal with a very, very complex problem. Think of multidimensional problems. We're thinking in 3D, computer can think in higher dimensions, and without the need to think in multidimensional space, we can still deal with multidimensional space problems.
Okay. So let's get a little practical and talk about how dealerships can use AI today already.
So when you think about it, dealerships are using AI today in various ways to increase their sales. Take traffic channels such as organic search or paid traffic. So behind Google's search engine or Facebook's ad network, you will find AI. And actually dealerships or the digital agencies are working on SEO, search engine optimization, or site promotions, brand recognition, sophisticated campaign budget optimization, all that to convince the AI of Google and Facebook to send more traffic to their site at a lower cost, of course. So if you think about it, AI is the gateway to you bringing traffic to your dealership. Now, AI doesn't stop in traffic acquisition. One of the biggest challenges is to convert your traffic into leads on your side. So here, for example, in our lead style, we've developed AI tools that allow dealerships to automatically segment site visitors based on their digital footprints and online behavior, and then adjust their on-site marketing campaigns on the fly.
So here we're talking about things like pop-ups that appear to the right people at the right time, and maybe also retargeting campaigns that can follow people after visits to the website.
Correct. So retargeting is another important use of AI, ad retargeting. So what is retargeting? So when a visitor browses your site and leaves without filling any form, you can automatically retarget that visitor with a specific ad campaign that is highly relevant to his or her browsing session. So you have AI that watches and monitors every individual visitor on your site and making decisions who should see what and when on your website and also outside of your website for retargeting campaigns. This is actually pretty amazing.
Yeah. Okay, and we talked about the pop-ups also, right? What's happening on your website when the user behavior can actually be tracked, so that visitors can see what is relevant to them. That's AI working on your dealership website. And we have one last category to get to here, which is just chatbots. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so chatbots is an interesting example of AI. Again, very, very hot topic. Not so much in the auto industry yet. It's still not very common, but it is a very exciting technology that I do expect to see more in the near future in the auto industry. So the idea is to replace your manned chat with an automated solution, allowing you to scale up your services at a lower cost. Chatbots are using technology that called NLP, Natural Language Processing, or NLU, Natural Language Understanding. And using NLP and NLU, they process short messages to intents and then produce the appropriate response. This is actually a really hard task when you think about it. So, for example, when I say something like, I really like black, but my wife decided to go for the gray. Okay, we're talking about the color of the car,
yeah.
and I really like the black, but my wife decided to go for the gray. So this is actually a very confusing sentence, especially to a bot, to a software that needs to understand, do you want the black or do you want the gray? So using AI, we can train the software. We can train bots to break down the sentence and understand the logic behind it.
So it sounds like, you know, the potential there is pretty amazing, but
it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Think of software that is familiar with all your inventory, prices, incentives, staff, workflow, and can communicate with your customers. This sounds like a real science fiction, right?
Definitely science fiction-esque.
So there is still work to be done. I mean, it's not perfect yet before we get there. But I can assure you that tech companies are working in this direction, and I believe we will see more innovation on this in the near future. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Okay, so sort of wrapping up this section of the webinar, right? How we're using AI already on dealership websites or in dealership marketing. The reason we want to use AI is not just because it's cool and futuristic, but all of these things together. Improve personalization and improve customer experience and help dealerships get more sales because of this improved personalization and experience that customers are really looking for today.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought up the personalization because I think the use of AI, and we'll discuss further on, is inevitable. Dealerships in 2017, soon 2018, needs to get more sophisticated. You want more sales, you need better shopping experience. To me, it doesn't make sense if I'm going on a website multiple times searching for a truck and the site is still trying to sell me a sedan on the front page. It doesn't make sense to me. And soon we're serving millennials. I mean, those things doesn't make sense. If I already bought a car from you, okay, yesterday I bought a car and now I'm back on the site, don't try to sell me another car. Come on. Ask me what's up. Ask me if I'm happy with my new car. Maybe I have a problem. Get me to service. Don't bug me with a gift card for a test drive or a military family discount. This is not relevant to me.
Right. Right. And this is the type of personalization and responsiveness that people are coming to expect, and we really see the numbers bearing this out. Studies show that 74%, that's about 3/4 of online shoppers, getting frustrated when content is not relevant to their interests and their needs. That's a lot of shoppers, getting really frustrated by not having personalization, and so we really need to be moving in that direction. Right, we also see that customers choose companies that do provide personalization, with 77% choosing, recommending, or actually spending more on brands that provide a personalized experience. I think this isn't surprising. People like to have a good experience, and they like to feel like a company is speaking to their needs. So the vast majority of people are going to choose that, are going to actually spend more for that. And we also see that 89% of businesses report improved results when they do employ personalization techniques. So this is really the direction that we're heading in, and this is really what customers are expecting to see, and what businesses are trying to do to improve service at this point.
Yeah, look, I'm not surprised when I see these numbers. I mean, it is not shocking that customers like to see things that are relevant to them.
Right.
And I can understand that they're frustrated when this is not the case. When you have a happy customer, you increase sales and revenue. I believe that we need to push more personalized experience to dealership websites, and I believe that AI can help us a lot.
Great. Okay, so now we know that personalization is really key to increasing sales, to using websites to engage customers and build revenue for dealerships. So with that, let's move into the future of AI, where we're going from here, and how AI is going to develop to help us even more in those areas.
Well, I can't tell you what's going to happen in the future, but I can tell you where I see the industry going. I believe that AI should sit at the core of the dealership and support the whole life cycle of the customer, before, during, and after the sale. Let's say, for example, let's say we have an average dealership with 20,000 unique visitors coming to the site every month. Okay, an average dealership is spending money on marketing, and that's 20,000 potential customers, potential sales a month. We know that 98% of them will leave the site without filling a form. They are on your site, but they are not ready to buy. And even if you convert them into leads, they probably won't visit the showroom and buy a car. Yet, exactly, because they're not qualified yet. And sending your team to make 20,000 phone calls to people who are 2 months away from buying a car might not be the smartest idea. But how about AI? AI can unleash new segments of your site visitors. AI can engage and assist potential customers, and again, they are customers, where you can't. AI can interact with early stage leads around what car is best for them, and offer incentives to move them down the funnel until they become qualified leads. Then, only then, you can bring them in for a test drive.
So we're reaching markets here that were inaccessible before, really, because they were too far away. They weren't really ready to come in, and now we can engage those people without spending time on leads that are not really qualified yet.
Right, but and again, I'm not talking about here's my website, you can search the inventory and see some prices. I'm talking about creating personalized shopping experience. Understand each individual customer, each individual site visitor, and tailor the interaction to their needs. AI can help with customer education, for example, right? This is another topic that we can use AI. There are so many questions your customer might have, and for sure have, about the car they're looking at, or even about the purchasing process. Take questions, for example, what are my financing options? What is exactly certified pre-owned? What's considered good fuel efficiency? What's special about this car? And so on and so forth. So AI can answer all these questions. You want to nurture your potential customers, not ignore them. They are 98% of your budget. You want to be the place for them for all car-related questions. And this is something you can definitely do with AI.
Right, and so we're seeing, all these people doing so much research online. So many studies show that people do more than half of their car research online, and so it's great to be able to answer their questions without taking too much time away from your team. And the questions are repetitive, right? So for the sales team to take all of those, they don't really have time for that. And for customers, they're moving in the direction of asking those questions, but I think at this point they're probably wary of using a dealership for their early research because they don't want to feel pushed into a sale too quickly. So this is kind of a different way of thinking about how the dealership website can interact with customers.
Absolutely, absolutely. So before they're even ready to make a sale, I think there's a lot of opportunity to use AI.
Yeah, and that can really foster loyalty so that when they are ready to make that purchase and to move forward, they don't have a reason to look at the competition and they can stay with your dealership the whole way through. So let's move that process to the, during the sale and how AI is going to help with that.
So as I mentioned before, I think that, and I believe that AI can help you with the entire sale process. So you can shorten the process with sophisticated online forms, for example, or you can create automated credit check. You can suggest the most relevant financing plans. F&I are using these tools actually, but wrapping it in a way that the customer can use it together with AI that decides what is best and what is the best plan that you can offer them. Then you can get closer to selling cars online.
Right, and so this is the part that customers find boring and tedious and difficult.
Sitting in dealership for an hour just filling out forms is not
right. Nobody likes that
you want to have.
Nobody's looking for that part. So bringing that online and making that faster, more efficient, more convenient will definitely be a help. So that's during the sale. And moving on to after customers have actually made that purchase, let's talk about how AI can come in there.
Right. So AI doesn't have to stop after you make a sale. You can actually close the loop with AI, and I think that closing the loop is something that's very important. What do I mean by that? So AI can help dealerships with customer attention. Think of a loyalty program. Give your customers free wash every few months. This is something that's very, very easy with AI. Targeting the most relevant customers. So you can optimize on this. It's not just the loyalty program. You can actually optimize and make decisions or predictions. When do you need to use the loyalty program? So you can actually also save money there. Schedule service appointments, recall. Again, this is something that you can automate with AI. But even simple tasks like educating your customers about the, multimedia system will give you a happy returning customer.
Right. There's so many opportunities to move the customers forward in what they need, but also in understanding their car. And you can imagine if your last purchase was a number of years ago and then you make a purchase now, you might have all kinds of features that you don't understand and are totally new. And you could ask your nearest teenager to explain it to you, or the dealership can provide that ongoing support, as you're talking about, Eliav, and help you out with whatever you need.
Yeah, but I think that AI can help us scale the whole process.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of potential here in scaling.
Yeah. Right, and so taking the difficulty of providing that support to so many people in an individualized way, and making it possible to really maintain those relationships and provide each customer with what they might be looking for next.
Yeah.
And so, right, it seems like what we're trying to do here with what AI can potentially do for dealerships is not see any one point along the journey that customers take as the last one, right? Converting to a lead or making a sale or coming in for a service, those are all just touch points, and each one has a next step. And so what it sounds like you're describing, Eliav, is the ability to move forward always, and to build that relationship with the customer, to provide real value for them, while also building revenue for the dealership with an automated system that really is helpful for them and diminishes workload, while doing all of those.
Right. Now, everything that we're describing is meant to improve the process and improve the workflow in order to generate more revenue. I mean, everything is I mean, what we have in mind is more sales.
Right.
Everyone wants to make more money. Everyone wants to make to generate more revenue. Everyone wants to sell more cars. And I think that AI can actually put your dealerships on steroids. Yeah.
Okay, so here's a question that people might have, which is, will AI replace any of the current people or processes at dealerships? What's going to sort of change about the way dealerships look?
Okay, so you asked about people and you asked about processes. So
yeah.
I think the answer is no and yes. No, I don't think AI will replace employees.
Mm-hmm.
I think you still need your sales team, you still need your internet manager, and you still need your receptionist. But yes, I believe AI will change some processes in order to create a better shopping experience.
Yeah.
And I think this is actually a good thing.
Yeah, it sounds like, it's going to take away all the parts that are difficult for people, that sort of drain their time and provide very little value. Right, so what we're getting at then is a kind of new experience, but with the same values that dealerships have always held important. For example, great customer service, fostering loyalty and relationships, right? That human touch that is so difficult in this digital age is sort of ironically improved by having AI capabilities. It brings that human touch back into the process.
Right. Look, since we moved to digital, we lost the personal touch, which is the most important aspect of the dealership.
Right.
Relationships, right?
Right.
I mean, we're talking about relationships, building relationships, and I believe that AI is here to restore that. And again, I don't think that AI on your side is optional. I think it's essential. If you don't use AI, you're more likely going to stay behind and lose customers. Your customers are looking for the personalized experience.
Yeah, we definitely see that more and more. So how does Auto LeadStar fit into all of this? What can we expect to see from Auto LeadStar?
Okay, so you're looking for some spoilers.
Yes, spoilers, please.
Okay, so you know that here in Auto LeadStar we're constantly looking to innovate around the shopping experience. So what are we working on these days? So we're working on an exciting new AI product that actually has two faces. One side of the product is facing the customer on the site with highly relevant content and incentives, something that's very reactive to the actions that the visitors are taking on the site, really state-of-the-art AI. And the other side is facing the dealership. providing sophisticated reporting on what's working and what's not, but not just that, but also giving the dealership set of tools to solve these issues. And we actually believe that this tool will significantly upgrade the website productivity and give full transparency to internet managers as well as GMs and owners.
All right, so we're gonna.
It's really exciting.
We're gonna stay tuned for more.
Yeah, definitely.
And so we're actually running a special today for all our attendees. So please reach out to us. You can call the number on the screen or email sales@autoleadstar.com. Reach out and we'll get you started with our amazing technologies today. And for all of our current customers who are with us today, if you'd like to be a beta tester for some of the products that we're working on, contact your account manager. We'll set you up. We'll keep you at the cutting edge of everything that we're working on. So
did we get questions?
Yeah, so we're going to take some questions before we end today. Let's see. Feel free to type in questions if you have them, and I see that we have some already. So first of all, Eliav, is implementing this kind of AI going to take a lot of time, effort, or money to implement?
Well, it depends on the implementation. So the idea of AI-based products, is to help dealerships grow and perform without investing a lot of resources. AI should work for you and not vice versa. So AI, if designed correctly, can deliver the promise and save you a lot of time, effort, and money.
Great. Okay. Excellent. We have another question here. What's the difference between a lot of dealerships use automated drip campaigns? So what's the difference between the AI follow-up that we're talking about here and automated drip campaigns that a lot of people already use now?
Okay, so drip campaign, just to explain what it is. So drip campaign is another type of AI. It is not based on machine learning algorithms, but on a different type of algorithms called a decision tree. Mm-hmm. So with drip campaign, you start with mapping all the different situations, and then you define a set of rules, such as if this, then that, in order to make a decision. And then you're kind of creating a tree of decisions. And now this is obviously not scalable, right? Drip campaign is good when you don't have a lot of variables. And we're talking about situations where you can get dozens of different variables.
Yeah.
So actually, many times you start with a decision tree, like drip campaigns, but when you get a tree that is too complicated, you know that it's time to move to machine learning.
Okay. So it'll take it up a notch, or a big notch. Okay, and we have one more question. We'll take one more, which is, where is AI in other industries right now?
Okay, so I would say that the auto industry is about a year or even 2 years behind the other markets. Take e-commerce or media publishers. They're making very good use of AI, and they're very advanced. They're early adopters of those technologies. But I think auto is catching up. You can clearly see it. You see it in conferences. Talking to dealerships. Dealerships are looking for solutions, and they understand the need to upgrade their abilities when it comes to technology. So I do see AI. You will hear a lot of AI in the auto industry in the coming year, for sure.
Okay, great. So as we said, we want to keep all of you at the forefront of that, so please be in touch, and we'll get you started. And if you're already started, we'll move you even further ahead. We want to thank all of you for coming today, and we really want to thank Elia for his time and expertise.
Anytime. It's a pleasure.
And hopefully we'll be in touch. Have a good day, everyone.
Have a good one.